All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we're making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
That'd be absolutely devastating.
This is Joey Owens' show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn podcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win this match. Excuse me. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to GWR Gonzo'S Wrestling Room. You're going to have to take it.
He gets choked up every time we get ready to go. Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. Got Marcus here with us, as usual. Warren Misery is out today, a little bit under the weather. I guess Chris is under the weather, too. but we'll get things going with the Independent Wrestling Report with Marcus Fine.
All right. Well, before I get started, friend of mine, Brandon Wilson, he's the promoter of Triple Crown Wrestling down in Kentucky. We want to send out the condolences to him and his family. He lost his sister yesterday, so we wish our prayers and everything down there for those good people. So, okay, independent wrestling. Now, I'm going to go over last night's New Version Wrestling first. I got these between Warren and the New Version Wrestling guys, so I'll run these results down first. Devil's Terror results. Pre-show match saw my good buddy Rico Jones defeated Chris Hall, Sergeant War, and Anthony Ace in a fatal four-way. Then the main show started, and Kendall Fry defeated Del Murphy to become the number one contender for the NVW Championship. Beard of Lucha, which is Kid Riot, and Rob Adams defeated Depravity, and that's Limbo and the Pier, in a Knocking on Heaven's Door match. Okay. Brian Parker defeated Tyler Scott in a Danville street fight. If you ever see where that venue is, that's probably not too far from what goes on down there anyway. But Clayton Clark defeated Christopher Gates in an Extreme Rules match to retain the NVW Championship. Dalton Davis defeated Stetson Ace Winters in a no DQ. And what I heard was the match of the night from a lot of people. Cecil Cerveza defeated Jimmy Carrot in a last man standing match. And Cecil sent me pictures of his head, and it is all bruised up all the way around here. So they really smacked on each other pretty good.
I got to see this Jimmy Carrot. I've heard a lot of good things about him. I've never got to see him yet.
Yeah, he says on their thing, he says we got to get him over on this side of the border. So yeah, you do. So, what's up, Ref Mike? Billy Buzz?
Yep. How's it going, guys?
All right. Saturday night, Kelly and I was at AACW's Eternal Excellence Rumble 10-year anniversary show in Sharpsville, Indiana. Yeah, Ref Mike says Jimmy got 4 staples in his head. Was that during the match or because of the match? Because knowing him, he probably took him during the match as well. So, okay, pretty good show. I'm guessing 100 people in there. Loud, very good night. They did raffles, celebrate the 10-year anniversary. Saw Juice Hertera and the Cake Monster defeated Tate Manson and CFR. Camden Francis defeated Preston Riker. Cold Hard Cash, that's Christian Cash and Zay Gates. They defeated the AACW Tag Team Champions, and that's Cold X's Tanner Kelly and Experiment X, and that was via DQ because, of course, all of them were out there, so it was 2 on several. Congo Kong defeated Cruiser the Bullfrog. Johnny Crisis defeated Cody Lee. He is now the new AACW champion. Main event saw Congo Kong win the Eternal Excellence Rumble to become the new Eternal Excellence champion. So, very decent night. Match of the night would be Johnny Crisis and Cody Lee. But I also want to do a shout out to Tanner Kelly and Experiment X because those guys put on a hell of a show. Much improvement, fellas. I was very impressed with your guys' showing Saturday night, so you can tell they've been working on it. Okay, then we were all at FEW's Dominion, which was Scarecrow's last match in Greenfield last night. Bird defeated Ricky Guns. J-Rock Daddy defeated Ryan Michaels. Christian Cash defeated Matthew Grant. Crystal Moon won a four-lady gauntlet match that also included Storm Gerson, Laurel Cassidy, and Leela Feast, and she won the vacated FEW Ladies title. So Crystal Moon is now the FEW Ladies Champion. The FEW Mid-Continental Champion Brandon Day defeated Logan Myers via DQ. Now I'm going to try to get this all in there because there's a lot of stuff here. Matthew Grant and TJ Kirk defeated former tag champs Jacob Rose and Mitchell Taylor, Hidari and Zay Gates, and Vinny Vachetti and his mystery partner Avery Hertz in a fatal four-way elimination match, and they are now the new FEW Tag Team Champions. So basically, the Empire dominated last night. Elijah Arrows defeated David Light, and in the main event, Scarecrow defeated Butcher Manson and Cousin Cooter in a triple threat match. So I'm saying my match of the night was Arrows versus Light, and you guys had a different one.
Yeah, I had, for me, and it was close. I mean, there's 3 or 4 matches on there, maybe more that you could have picked it. I don't think you could argue. I know some people may have preferred the main event. It was a good match. I preferred the Logan Myers match. I really liked it. That was my match of the night for me personally. But I talked to some fans after the show. They agreed with you, Marcus. A few younger fans. They were younger fans. They liked the match that you liked. So I mean, like I said, Alex and them and all his guys over there with that promotion, FEW, have really done a good job of putting on some really good shows the last 3 or 4 months.
You need to quit saying that. You're going to make Alex's head get too much bigger. He ain't going to be able to fit in the building.
That's true, but they're doing a real good job. It is his whole team. It ain't just Alex. It's the whole team. But yeah, they're doing a good job. I really enjoyed the show.
I do want to shout out to Ricky Guns. I thought he did the improvement of the night. He'd opened up with Bird, who was very talented, and Ricky's come a long way to match with Bird, but then in the main event, coming in and doing what he did to help that main event go over like it did. So shout out to Ricky. You did a fine job last night. So, and not everybody did a fine job, but
I agree.
Ricky really brought it. So. And that's all I have. I didn't hear anything from WCWO. Things got a little weird last night after the show talking, and I forgot to ask. So
I'm gonna put you on the spot, Marcus. What was since you've seen 2 shows? What was your match of the weekend?
Oh, match of the weekend. Ooh. I guess I'm gonna still have to go with Cody and Johnny.
Okay.
Them guys were pounding the hell out of each other. Well, no, I'm going to tell you, the Rumble was really good, and the last 2 men in the Rumble was Drew Skills and Congo Kong, and they went 10 minutes of beating the shit out of each other as well. That could have been a match unto itself.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was a good weekend for wrestling. Yep, see, Miss Caitlin, Alex's good lady there, she's the one that put all that together. Alex is just that guy that runs around and doesn't know what he's doing. So
I believe that. Chris agrees too. Well, guys, we'll go ahead.
Hey, what's up, Glenn?
Marcus, you got anything else before we move on?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
No, I do not.
Do hope our guys normally with us tonight. Lord Misery feels better. He's low under the weather, so best wishes for him.
Is he still out crying because the Tigers got put out in the playoffs?
I think that's
that might be the problem. I don't know.
And his line
Kelly's,
they pulled it off at the end. It might have been too much for him to handle. That
Kelly's Hall of Fame Kane did make an appearance in the main event last night.
no, most definitely, most definitely did. Well, we'll move on. We'll start off with Monday Night Raw. One thing I was going to touch on real quick, that they're building a feud between Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins, which I think is going to be really good. It's going to be interesting that they're starting that. They did one segment with Bronson Reed at a table talking to the general manager. I like that was done differently. Wasn't all yelling or screaming or anything. I like that segment. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Also, we had a match between Rhea Ripley and Tiffany Stratton against Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. And I thought that was a pretty good segment. Marcus, what did you think of that?
Yeah. Well, Tiffany definitely is a glory hog. I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah.
She's more worried about all that posing and crap and jumping around. And I didn't care for Nia Jax coming out and just like slamming and smacking around on everybody. The match was just okay, I guess. Raquel has not impressed me. I don't know. There's just something about her that I don't get it.
I don't know if she's 100% healthy. I know she's back, but she's got some type of disease that can flare up at any time. It's a skin disease, and but when it flares up, it's bad. Her arms, her face will just swell up, and she's had issues with that. That's why she's been out. And so I don't know if she's 100% or not. But yeah, I think she's got a little rust on her. I don't disagree with that. I like the segment. I like the fact that they teased a cash in.
We definitely did.
I did like that. So that's what I liked about it. And then interesting fact for tonight for Raw, Jey Uso puts up the IC title on the line tonight against Braun Breaker. And I'm going to make a prediction. I'm predicting Braun Breaker is going to get that title back tonight. I think that.
You think they're going to take it off him that quick?
Yes, I think it's how they're going to get him back in the story. I think the Bloodline's going to attack, and that's how Jay's going to get back with the Bloodline. Yep. That's my opinion. We'll see where they go with that. Next up, we had NXT. Stephanie Vaquer made her debut on NXT against Ren Sinclair. Ren Sinclair is a former NWA wrestler. Marcus, I don't know if you remember or not. You probably, I don't know if you remember. Her name was Maddie Watkowski or something like that in the NWA. I think that's her actual real name, but I know that you probably have seen an episode or two of her with her in the NWA. But at some point, I enjoyed it. I thought Ren looked good. I thought Stephanie looked good. I think Stephanie's ready for the main roster right now. I think she can go. What do you think of that match, Marcus?
I enjoyed it. Interesting moves. They did, and I wrote that down, and I can't recall what they are now because I've seen a lot of stuff since then. But I did write that down. They did have some interesting moves you're not used to seeing, and I love all the submission attempts, and they were spot on. Their timing was just beautiful. So, yeah, the match was good.
Yeah, I think Stephanie is more ready for the main roster than probably Julia is. Julia did that Japanese style where Stephanie has wrestled a few more styles, I think, and I think it's a little bit closer to what NXT is and what the main roster will be. But I think both of them are going to be big stars. Also, they announced that Tony D'Angelo will be wrestling Obafemi at the pay-per-view Halloween Havoc this Sunday in a tables, ladders, and scares match. Instead of chairs, they said scares. But I think that's going to be interesting to see how Obafemi and D'Angelo will do in tables and ladders. I mean, them are big guys, and they're going to be on ladders. So I think that's going to be interesting to see what happens with that at Halloween Havoc. Also from there, we had All Ego Ethan Page taking on Javon Evans and Wes Lee for a number one contenders match to face Trick Williams at the pay-per-view. All Ego Ethan Page won that match. I know, Mark, because you told me you had some things to say about that. What do you got to say?
Well, it was predictable who was going to take that.
Yeah.
I did like the fact that, as we do a lot of times, the announcers made a statement that this is a no DQ. It's a triple threat. Quit the counting. Because the ref did count, and then he stopped, oh, yeah.
Okay.
We see a lot of that. I was impressed that they did what we've been saying for months. But, I knew who was going to win it. But that Ethan Page, what's this shit with smiling and pointing at his cheek and acting like a total dope? I mean, And that's being nice. I don't care for him. He's acting like an idiot if I think that.
Well, he's going for that chicken shit heel is what he's supposed to be.
It's more like, well, I can't say that.
That's what he's going for. I'll be honest with you. I was wanting. I think Wes Lee's ready to move up and go against Trick. That's what I was hoping for. They decided to stay with another match. It's going to be, and after the match they did a spin the wheel, make the deal, and it's going to be a Devil's Playground match, which is basically the same thing goes street fight type situation.
I was happy with Javon. He shut his stupid face because he's over there on the announce table, and he did that stupid. Then Javon took him out. So Javon was my hero in the match.
Javon's going to be a big time star. He can do a lot of stuff, man, and he can do stuff that nobody else can do. The way he does some of the stuff he does, he's so, like I said, they call him bouncy, and he is bouncy. He's only 19 years old, so he's got a bright future.
And I like the triple super kick where they all each kicked each other at the same time.
Yeah, that was interesting. That was interesting.
But no, I don't care for Ethan Page, especially after seeing him act like that. So,
well, my buddy Warren's not here talking AEW with me because I know you guys didn't see any AEW. I'll just real quick say that because what I was going to ask him, I was going to ask what he thought of the show. It was an okay show. I was going to ask him what he thought was going well with AEW right now, what's not going well. What's going well right now, I think the Moxley storyline has got promise. We'll see where it goes from there. And what's not going well is still the just rushing storylines and not making sense. I still think sometimes I think Vince McMahon is booking the show because some of the stuff don't make any sense. But that's my little run on AEW. Real quick, just a couple of notes on SmackDown. SmackDown was a good show, very story-driven show. Jey Uso shows up and tries to convince Solo to unite the family. Let's quit fighting. And basically, Solo didn't want to listen to him. And Jey told him the next time he's seen him, things would be different. So that, to me, I think that's why Solo then may show up tonight. We'll see. Then later, Roman and Jimmy Uso run into Jey backstage. And Roman tells Jey that he's proud of him and what he's accomplished as a singles performer. And Jey Uso said, "No yeet," and walked away. So later in the show, the Bloodline is out there, and Roman comes out, and Roman says he acknowledges Solo, and Solo said that wasn't good enough, and Roman starts to flare up, and then Solo and the whole Bloodline attack Roman and take out Roman and Jimmy, and that's how the show ended there. So definitely had some couple really good tag team matches on the show too. The Motor City Machine Guns made their debut on SmackDown. It was very good. So SmackDown was a good show. Real quick, I was going to ask you guys some stuff about TNA. Bound for Glory is this weekend. And one of the big matches on the show is Nick Nemeth taking on Joe Henry for the championship. I was going to ask you guys, do you think they pull the trigger and put the belt on Joe Henry? Chris, what do you think?
I think they do, just because he's been so hot with the NXT stuff that he's been doing as well.
What do you think, Marcus? Do you think they pull the trigger? You think they should?
Yeah, I agree with Chris. That I feel like that's the smartest thing they can do.
Yeah, and I do believe he's under contract to 2026 also, so he's going to be there for a while. I don't think he's going to be leaving anytime soon.
Why not capitalize off some of the more eyeballs that got on him by being on NXT and on WWE?
Yeah, I don't think on NXT, yeah,
and I don't think they'll bring Nick Nemeth back to NXT, where they would bring, even if Joe Henry's a championship, they may bring him back to NXT. So, and not against Nemeth. I think he's done a good job. Also on the show for this weekend for the pay-per-view is PCO and Matt Cardona in a Munsters Ball match. That's kind of a famous match here in TNA. I can't think of the name of the guy that made it famous. He now works in WWE. Abyss. He made that match famous.
He used to be wrestling around here a lot.
Yeah, Abyss made that match famous in TNA. He's now an agent backstage for WWE. But that should be an interesting match. And then also interesting Metal Mayhem match not only is it Metal Mayhem, it's also a ladder match. So the belts will be, it's a tag team match, and the belts will be up, and it's gonna be the Systems, Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards taking on Jeff and Matt Hardy. Which the Hardy, especially Jeff, will stay away from ladders, and Ace Austin and Christopher Bay. That should be an interesting tag team match for the belts. Next up, we've got Halloween Havoc is this weekend. We got Oba Femi against Tony D'Angelo and the North American Championship match, tables, ladders, and scares. What do you think, Marcus? Tony D'Angelo just won that belt 3 or 4 weeks ago from Oba Femi. Do you think Femi gets it back, or do you think D'Angelo hangs on to it?
See, they don't like to swap those belts really fast. I'd like to see Oba Femi win it again, but I don't see it happening because it's too quick.
What do you think, Chris?
I agree with Marcus.
Yeah, I don't know why you would take it off Femi and then give it right back to him.
What are you doing up on the table, man?
Pablo's on the table.
He walked across there a second ago. I thought maybe he was taking over the spot for Warren.
Maybe he is.
Hey.
What? Just a second.
Oh man. I guess I should have spoke to him.
Yeah, because he had something to say. You guys were ignoring him. Tony locked him out of the room.
I just let him out there. We've got company, so maybe he wanted to go see what's going on. He'll be back though. I guarantee it. Yeah, I think D'Angelo hangs on to it. From there, we got Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade taking on Julia and Stephanie Vaquer. I think this is going to be a feud, so I'm not sure who will win this match. I would think Julia and Stephanie Vaquer would win the match, but maybe not. I don't know where they're going with that. So that should be interesting. Now, the NXT Heavyweight Championships with Trick Williams and All Ego Ethan Page in the Devil's Playground match. I don't think anyhow they would take up the belt off Trick Williams. He just won it back. I wouldn't think that they would at this point. I'd be surprised if they did. Well, we're ahead of schedule. I've read through everything, and our guest is not on yet.
Has he logged in?
No.
He'll be on here in a few minutes.
Yeah, we told him 7:15ish.
Well, I told him he could log in anytime. But, well, I don't know where to go from here. I'm not prepared.
Do we not have any Cold X members in here right now? Them guys tried to take over the show on Saturday. Justin Danger got in there first thing, wanted to hijack the show, and said until he got his U.S. title back, they didn't lose. He wasn't going to let the show go on.
I seen Justin comment a little bit ago.
So Justin Terrell told him, well, now that you screwed up Shane, shooting with Shane, your boy Tanner is going to be number 2 in the Rumble.
Some news did break today with WWE. I'm a little disappointed. The ring announcer, Samantha Irving, announced she is leaving WWE.
She's probably pregnant.
Her husband,
I don't know.
her boyfriend, Ricochet, went to AEW. So some people think maybe she's going to AEW. I do know that she was a singer before that. Some people think it's got to do maybe with her singing career. I thought she was very good. I'm going to miss her not being on the show. I think she did a really good job for them.
I'd seen that earlier. I was wondering if that was real or not. Yeah. You never know when you see shit on the internet if it's real or.
Mr. Danny just showed up, or at least he just commented.
Yep.
Kelly's awake. We had a busy day today. We had a sick grandson too, so, and a busy weekend. So, but she at least put that on there. She may be. I'll see. She wrote now. Maybe she's drilled. She put something about X. She's in there. She's delirious. Must be running a fever or something.
Yeah, she likes that called X. I don't know. Kelly's a great lady, but boy, she does have one glaring hole in her thinking, and that's the damn called X deal. Just like Chris, he's a buffoon too. Marcus, how do you put up with having a wife that's a called X fan?
You just deal with it. Well, she goes beat my ass for those, so I just deal with it. Yeah, poor old Danny his boys had a rough weekend.
Marcus better be careful. Kelly give him some of that Kool-Aid.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, if you see what Daniel wrote, his Jules had a rough weekend, so he's trying to take the ring down. It comes out, he's hurt pretty good. I will say that Rumble was really good, very well done.
One thing I could go over real quick. Congratulations, Scarecrow had a long career, 20 years or more. I know,
and Scarecrow be on the show next week,
next Monday. So, and we're getting ready to have one of the participants from the retirement match in just a couple minutes.
And congratulate, we had 4 title changes this weekend that I seen, and congratulations to all them people.
Yeah.
Johnny Crisis, Congo Kong, and Crystal Moon, and JT Kirk and Matt Grant. So congratulations to all them.
I thought
everybody did a fantastic showing. Both shows, everybody they were on their game this weekend. I was very, very happy to see that. I mean, everybody did an awesome job this weekend.
Yeah. FEW did a good job with the retirement match. I thought they did a very good job of presenting it and how they did it. I thought it was very well done. I enjoyed it a lot.
And promoters, if you're looking for some talent, I don't know. I've only seen them at FEW, but check out the Empire they're from Canada. I know that they have the woman Crystal Moon.
Crystal Moon, yes.
And you have Grant and I can't think of it.
Kirk.
And they're every time we've seen them, they've been impressive, and
seem like
I would definitely recommend people to definitely book them.
Also, Marcus, have you seen Bird anywhere else other than FEW?
No, I was just going to say that Laurel, Cassidy, and Bird, I think, they're from Canada as well. I think.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that, but they all left together last night, so I'm thinking they're all together, but I could be wrong on that. So.
Yeah, Bird's a great talent too.
Yeah.
Cassie does a pretty good job also. So, I mean, yeah, right there's 5 names. They come up this way quite a bit. So you might be able to get them on they come up here for Sunday for FEW. You might be able to catch them some Saturday. Or maybe even a Friday. Who knows?
Yeah, definitely be worth checking into.
Yeah, because they're all very talented and do a good job, all professional. That's right. Check out the Ravi's Resins. Justin Danger's talking about here.
Yeah. The FEW titles are not on foreign soil, or they are on foreign soil right now, some of them. Because the Empire took the ladies' title and the tag championship. They're up north now. So
that's true.
Yep, and Justin just confirmed about Bird. And yes, check out Justin Danger's collection of skulls, Ravi heads, Ravi horns, whistles, I don't know what you call that thing. Wings. I mean, he's got a heck of a collection going. He had a lot of people over there. I'm assuming he did good business over the weekend, but he sure did have a lot of people checking out his stuff. Miss Jessica Ortiz, that is one and only Juan Sanchez's mama.
Oh, okay.
Glad to have you, Jessica.
I didn't have any idea who it was.
Yeah. And either Caitlin is confirming that all the titles are in Canada, or all those people I just mentioned are Canadians. See, when you put too many questions out there, you don't know what the answers always are going to. Death Whistle. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Kelly's over there blowing it. We had to take it away for her. But it's pretty impressive looking thing. I mean, it's probably 6 inches long, and you blow in the back, and it makes like raven sounds. It's really a unique thing. So, oh, look who showed up.
Yep,
that's gonna be Marcus's rap partner. Remember we were talking about that last night.
Yeah. They're wanting to make me they have me do a rap song with Mike Noble and Christian Cash and
Damien DeVille,
and we're going to put out a song. I'll do all the whoop. I scared the shit out of Chris when I whooped on Saturday, but
the new Backstreet Boys.
No, I told you that shit ain't happening. I knew somebody's going to touch on it. I really thought Justin Danger talked about 6 inches, but no, Daniel's talking about it.
Oh, Lord.
Jessica made a good point supporting these young fellas. There is a lot of fresh, new talent out there. That's just they're on fire. These
Arrows.
kids are wonderful.
Arrows.
Well, and I don't Mike Noble. Sorry,
Yeah, Mike Noble.
he ain't gonna be able to wear a hat tomorrow. His head's going.
Juan Sanchez. Zach Nova. Man, there's a lot of good young talent out there right now, and doing a great job. There's a lot of good talent. Very impressive.
See, Daniel says poor choice of words. Well, if you hear what I say half the time, Daniel, I step in my own shit at times with stuff I say. So
yeah, good thing Alex joined late, so he won't. He missed all the praise.
It's okay, Alex. Your wife's got everything under control.
Been talking terrible about you, Alex.
Hey, Chris, you want to talk about these live shows?
Yeah, look, Kelly said Alex is overrated and sucks. She ain't talking about Alex, but
hey, we'll just say that she did. I believe it.
Okay, Caitlin confirmed what I said. All those people are from Canada.
Okay.
You want to tell me we didn't go live last night? I had a lot of people hit me up about that.
Next live show, Billy, will be Sunday.
Yes.
3 o'clock.
3 p.m.
Well, tell them why we didn't go live last night. I got a lot of PMs wanting to know about that.
We didn't go live last night because they're in Greenfield. The internet that we use is a public, and once everybody gets in there and gets on it, it really slows down. And if you tried to watch last month's show there in Greenfield, the quality of the video was terrible.
Yep.
So we decided just to record it, and then we're going to put it out probably tomorrow, but I haven't announced for sure just because I got to see what's going on. But it'll be out one day this week, either tomorrow or Wednesday night, probably.
And definitely watch it because you won't be disappointed.
But Sunday at 3, we'll be at Warrior Pro Wrestling, and we'll be live at 3 o'clock for that. Alex, it'll be posted.
Hit your rewind button about 3. Hit your rewind button, Alex, about 3 minutes, and listen to what Chris just told you.
It'll be posted either tomorrow night or Wednesday.
I love you, Alex. We all love you. We got to give you a shit.
Or I think we can try to bring our guest in here.
Okay. I don't care if Marcus and DeVille and Noble and Christian Cash actually perform and sing, but I just like to get them all 4 in the same outfits and get them on the stage.
Do I want to look like goofy Mike Noble? No.
But that'd be awesome.
Well, I did like Christian Cash's outfit this weekend. I think I could make that work for me, but
that outfit looks like one that Bobby wears.
Maybe that's where he got it.
Maybe it. Bobby might be. Because Bobby's outfit looked a little like that.
Kelly does have a lot of pull. We may get a match change for the next FEW show because Kelly made a little PM to somebody. So,
yeah, Billy Buzz, my wife is a Dodger fan. You are correct. And some of my podcast buddies were talking baseball yesterday during the wrestling show, and of course, I always comment on the shows. I'm big fans of those guys, Hollywood House and them. And they made fun of me because I told them, well, they mentioned the Reds. I said, I was at the World Series in 1976. And they come back, how the fuck old are you?
Well,
and I said, well, I was in eighth grade. And then that made it worse.
You were kind of hating yourself when you say you were at the 75 World Series.
I hope them 2 dudes, and I'll get with them. I hope they look as good as I do at 61.
Well, that's just like those kids running around with those AACW tag team titles. Shit, they were. I don't even think their parents were alive when those things were first started out. So
yeah,
they need to realize what they got a hold of right there.
Well, them 2 together ain't Chris's age. Put them both together.
They're not. Chris
ain't no spring chicken.
I know.
Yeah, we all had a rough weekend yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah, I don't know if it's the weather or what, man. My arthritis was flaring up.
Yeah. Well, all of ours is.
All right, you guys ready to bring in?
Yeah, let's bring him in.
Yeah, we got to change the subject. Bring him on.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going, Cooter? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you. You're good.
Okay. How you
Hey,
doing today?
I just want to let you know I was born in '77, so therefore I heard you talk about the Cincinnati World Series. So like, not to make you feel older, but yeah.
Thanks, Cooter. You're really helping me out, Cooter. I was freaking 14 and Cooter wasn't even born yet. Jesus
Wait
Christ.
till they ask you who was the Intercontinental Champion on your 9th birthday, and you say, well, there wasn't one because it wasn't around yet. But
Thanks, Marcus. You're helping a lot.
hey, that's what I have to give. I'm not that
Okay.
much younger than you are, but so is this how we're doing it? We're just doing audio with Coot?
Evidently.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting in and out with your guys' podcast, so hopefully the audio will stay.
Okay. Well, all right. We're going to get started. Marcus, we'll let you go first with the first question.
All righty. I've known Cooter a long time, but I don't know this question or the answer to this question. When did you get interested in the great sport of wrestling?
Oh, shoot. Really? I mean, wrestling, I wouldn't say 88. Really what I got into watching it was back in 88. I watched Rugged Ronnie Garvin versus Iron Sheik at a local show. And Rugged Ronnie Garvin actually grabbed the chair next to us and hit the Iron Sheik over top the head and busted him open. That's the first memory of the first show I ever went to, and I fell in love with it from then. Watching it on TV was one thing, but seeing it live was another.
I agree 100%. There's a lot of us promoters wanting us to delay the airing of our show because they want people in the arena, and I couldn't agree with you more that it's so much better to watch it in person. So I agree 100% with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I had friends that was on the independent scene back then. They tried to talk me into actually, by the time I was 21, I was working in Indianapolis. A guy I was working for used to wrestle with Dick the Bruiser Jr. And, he talked to me about doing it. But then once I left Indianapolis and got to one of the local guys that around this area, his name was Psycho. Marcus, you probably remember him. I got hooked up with him, and he started working out with me a little bit, and we went to a house show up in Indianapolis for, I think it was SmackDown, and a kid noticed him out of nowhere, and that led from one thing to another, and I was like, hey, that's what I want. I want this kid, want this type of knowledge, this kid picked you out of all these wrestlers that's in WWE saying you're his favorite wrestler. So it's just like, that's what I want in this business. It's like, I want to get out to, I was not, I would say fairly, into the money, my mom, I was a single mom raising 3 kids. So, back in 88, I mean, it was like extra money that she had, that she saved, that took us to this event. So that's the way I see it now. It's like, I want to give back the way I give back to the community as much as possible.
Well, that's awesome. Cooter, my first question is something people would be surprised to know about you.
Oh, wow. Shoot. I try to keep my wrestling life. Well, it's kind of hard. So I try to keep my wrestling life and my personal life different. But it's kind of hard with my kids involved in wrestling now. As you know, you guys saw my son this weekend made his debut as a referee. But wrestling's our life. So therefore, wrestling, me watching wrestling at home I don't watch it that much unless it's a pay per view. Because I work a lot of hours during the week. So, but I mean, sports. I just got done watching the IU Nebraska game today. I'm a big football fan, through and through. So yeah. Right before we got on, I just got finished watching that game from Saturday, and go Hoosiers! I'm telling you what, that's their football team's killing it this year.
Yeah, they're looking good.
Looking real good. Chris?
What's been your favorite moment since you've been in the wrestling business?
Oh man, there's a lot. Yeah, you're talking about 22 years, and some I probably already forgot about. You know what I'm saying? But there, I mean, it's probably the best one. And Marcus, we're gonna probably talk about this in a minute. Probably one of the best things that happened to me is we did a Bring the Weapons documentary for HPW.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best chair shots I ever took was in that video. And it's just like, it was loud. The chair broke, but it was like the best one I ever took. But there's multiples of matches and teammates, Suicide Clyde, he was, we ran the Thrill Billies down in southern Indiana, Kentucky area. Rest in peace, my brother. But I mean, we ran that Thrill Billies forever down through that area. We had fun. It was like one of those moments that Bobo Brazil Jr. kind of put us two together. Say, hey, he can't wrestle, but he does the hardcore stuff. But your gimmick will help with his hardcore stuff. And we just did some funny stuff throughout the years that we came as the Thrill Billies down there. I say that's probably about the most fun part about as a tag team. I had fun doing that. I mean, nothing gets Scarecrow because we ran this Cornfield Mafia thing. Then adding Rain Sunday. At one point we had them as children of the corn at a show up north. My kids, his kids. I mean, it was and having last night, just having Damon in the ring, having Rain in the ring. For that last night, it just shows that we're pushing for the next generation. Joey with Jonathan, TJ Kemp with Sean. I mean, Dylan Cole with Damian Cole with Dylan Cole. I mean, you look at these second and third generation wrestlers that's out there is just phenomenal. Mm-hmm. And that's where we're at right now. I'm like a late bloomer about getting my kids out there, but they're getting there.
Okay, Marcus?
Well, I'm sure we're all going to say it, but yeah, your son did a fantastic job refereeing last night. I know that's only like the third time he's done that, because I know he did TCW Saturday, if I understood right.
Yeah, he did. He did a total of 7 matches this weekend. So
he was learning sore because he come out of the arena and he says, "Man, I'm sore." And your wife got him and says, "Of course you're sore. You better get used to it." I had to start laughing. It's like, so.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's learning. He's gonna mess up a little bit. I mean, like I said, he's still young, very young. But I mean, I'm proud of him. I mean, he stepped up when he needs to be stepped up to. He got, it wasn't, he took over way he should. It's all on him. He came and told me about being in that tag team match, and I'm like, all right, so just go out there and do it. Just make sure you're loud. And that's his key problem now is just being loud.
All right. I'm going to ask Kelly's question. She posted one here and said, I don't know if you can see that, but she said, how does it feel to have your boys so interested in the business and for one of them to have ref Scarecrow's last match?
Well, like I said, I'm proud of him. He's been, I mean, like I said, I try to keep when I'm traveling, I get home, for the weekend, I'm focused on is what I got to get to the next weekend. You know what I'm saying? So I got to focus on work, because my job has to have that focus. Then by Friday, it's either if I'm off early, I'll make it to dub on WCWO, or if not, if I can't get there, I can't get there. But the wrestling, dude, these kids of mine, I mean, wrestling's their life. It's either YouTube, they have their own setups in the in the living room. We got two fold out tables, and they got their rings out there, and they're actually putting on shows. They put on pay-per-views, as they call it. So I mean, but like I said, Damien's been in the ring since like he was a month old. It's the first time he ever got in the ring. So I mean, wrestling's been part of their life, and it's been all of their life, to tell you the truth. And right now, my youngest is at wrestling workout right now for the school. So yeah.
That's awesome. My next question is, funniest person you've been around in a wrestling locker room?
Oh, well, there's been quite a few of those too. I want to say Vito Andretti was like one of the funniest guys I've been around too. And it was adult funniness, so I don't want to get into that part. But I mean, it's a locker room, So the locker rooms, I can say the locker room at FEW is good. I love it. Everybody professional. Everybody does their jobs. There's some locker rooms that is like a family friendly. You go with everybody's family. So you're gonna get those in some of those locker rooms. HBW back when I first started was like this. It's like we got in there, everybody knew who everybody was. Everybody was like hugging, hey, what's going on? Hey, how's your kids doing? And stuff like that. It's just that's like the family oriented locker room I like to have. But I mean, we have to keep professional too. I mean, I think with being a family-oriented locker room, it keeps everybody relaxed. You know what I'm saying? So we go out there. We got to focus on what we got to do. Like last night, I mean, having rain involved was great last night. Like I said, they involved Damien. And it's just then at the end of the night, everybody in the ring to send Scarecrow off. That was great. But what some people might not know seriously, and not only Scarecrow is, I was there from day one back in the HBW days when he was past Eddie Pilson. This little scrawny little kid, trying to learn the business. Then once we got the Scarecrow gimmick, and it's like, hey, dude, if you're gonna do the Scarecrow gimmick, we're gonna have to paint your face. Then it took off from there, and then he ended up being, he married my sister-in-law, so really we was brother-in-laws at one point.
Okay. Next question is Chris. Yep.
So, but your answer, I say, would be Biddy, and like I said, it's just that's just adult humor. For I don't want to say it just in case there's some kids out
there. What's been the biggest difference in the wrestling business? How like the biggest change you've seen since when you started 20 plus years ago?
Yeah, you in the hat.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Did we lose him?
What you got? Anything you want. What you got?
Oh, he must not heard me.
Okay, go again.
No. Well, my question was if over the last 22 years, what's the biggest difference in the wrestling business from when you started to now?
Well, I'm
not sure. Maybe we might have lost. Yep.
I think we lost.
I think we're having a little technical difficulty. We'll see if we can get Cooter back on here in just a second.
Well, hopefully so. I thought things were going pretty good. Pretty interesting so far. I'm not sure where he lives. Is he out in the country there, Marcus?
He lives out down in Columbus somewhere. I don't know if it's the country or town, but he lives down in Columbus somewhere.
Okay.
He was speaking of that video. I don't know if I ever sent you the link to that video. It's like a 45-minute documentary some kid done, and it's pretty good. That double chair shots in it, and you'll see me in the background because I was at 2 of those shows that they done.
Okay.
And it's like 45 minutes, and you'll see the flaming chair that I'm going to ask him about here in a little. You weren't there last night when we was talking about the flaming chair, but
okay,
if we get him back, I'll bring that up.
You guys there?
Yeah, we're here. Chris, you want to try again?
All right, yeah, I'll try again. What's the biggest difference in the wrestling business now from maybe when you started 20 plus years ago?
Yo,
Marcus, we get it back. You go with the next question.
Chris. Maybe I have to ask him the question.
See if he can hear you, Marcus. No, he's gone again.
He's having technical difficulty. Yeah. It was working fine until I go to ask another question.
How hard would it be if he were to call like Tony's phone? Can we do that, and he can just do it through that? Would that work? Or you maybe put the mic down? I don't know if that would work or not.
I don't know how that would work.
Is he back?
Kelly says he doesn't want to answer your question, Chris.
You don't like your question.
All right, you back, Cooter?
hello?
Cooter, are you there? Can you hear us?
Hey, I'm back.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear us?
He can't hear us.
Hello?
Yeah, he can't hear us.
Yeah, I'm back. I can hear you now. It's somehow, like I said, you guys are cutting in and out. So therefore, it's like, yeah, it cut me off.
So can you hear?
Yeah, I'm here.
Marcus,
Right.
go.
I am going to ask you, Chris.
I can hear you.
All right, I'm going to ask Chris's question because he can't seem to get it out, but he wants to know what the biggest difference you have noticed in the 22 years that you've been doing it from back when you started to now. It's got to be that question. Chris asked a question that broke the internet.
And didn't do no, but I think he's just cutting in and out. He can't hear us, even though we can hear him at times. See if he can call your phone.
All right, we're going to try something here in a minute. Go ahead.
Cooter's been around for a long time.
Yeah, I've known Cooter about as long as I knew Scarecrow.
You remember?
The first time I seen Cooter actually is the first day I seen Scarecrow. So,
do you remember the first match you seen Cooter in?
No, but I do have one where he was with Vinny, and that's a question, and I'm going to save that because once I bring it up, then there's a match between him and Vinny that was an unusual gimmick match, and I'll bring that up if we can get back on.
Marks, I have a question for you.
He might be on. Can you hear us now?
Cooter, you there? I don't think so. Marcus, I got a question for you. What's your favorite gimmick match that you've seen?
Hello?
Hey, Cooter, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you right now. Marcus, you want to try that question again?
Hello?
We're going to try this question one more time, and if not, we're going to scrap it.
Hey, I can hear you, but I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
And he can't hear us.
So,
this has been great.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear us?
Hello?
No, he can't hear
All
us.
right, we're good.
You can hear us?
Alex is laughing.
Yes, Caitlin's right. He is a fan favorite everywhere.
Yes, yes.
If that music starts, I've seen so many hoedowns over the years, and
he's going. Marcus, my question for you was, what's your favorite gimmick match you've seen at an independent show?
oh man, I've seen so many of them. I know some funny. I wouldn't say favorite, but funny. I did see Pie on a Pole match, which was the promoter was sorry he ever done that because you talk about a mess. I don't remember why they had the watermelon match, but the loser got cracked in the head with a watermelon, and again, that was the promoter's bad idea because once that watermelon, they took them like 40 minutes to mop up the floor and the ring and getting that watermelon juice off everything.
Yeah, and it gets sticky too.
Yeah. And I don't want to tell you what Cooter's is if we get him back on here with Vinny, because that's the first day I ever met Vinny or seen Vinny. Was the day that Cooter had that match.
I agree, Alex. This is all Warren's fault.
Yeah, Warren, you asshole.
All right. Can you hear us?
Oh man, I'm disappointed because this was really going.
Yeah,
this was great.
Yeah, we had some more good questions. I know. Well, maybe we're gonna have to scrap it, guys, for this time and see if we can figure out something to get them back on. I don't know. I know, Mark. You've seen some of the. You've been to. I know you've been to at least several of the fans bring weapons matches, and I know you've been to strap matches where the fans got the straps.
Mm-hmm.
I know you've seen some of those. Didn't Vinny get the hell beat out of him at one of those?
I wasn't there that night, but
you
yes.
were there that night. Okay.
I do know when Basher used to do it with, I think it was Bo. It was Bo Jr. And don't give Deborah, which is Bobo's wife, a strap. But shit, that was nuts. When you
I wasn't. She was about stabbing somebody one night.
Yeah, I don't giving her no weapon of any kind.
Man, she's swinging them belts like. But then I was at a strap match where the promoter sold straps for the strap match, but they were only like 4 or 5 inches long. People were buying them, but you couldn't do anything with them because you could.
Yeah,
I think that's a match we should put together. Bobo and his wife gets just in danger,
and anybody he picks.
It's shooting with Shane. I think that'd be a heck of a match. Shoot with Shane can't take his dog outside without getting hurt, so Deborah would kill him.
Oh, Bo would just go sit it out. He wouldn't need to be in there for that.
All right, guys. Well, you guys want to try? Go ahead and end it, and we'll have more. Try to have Cooter on again some other time.
And see if we can work out something. I think so. Because we're about close to where our time would have been ended, probably 4 or 5 minutes. So, I think that's.
Yeah, we'll definitely get him back on because I'd like to keep the conversation going. But
yeah, I'm disappointed.
Hey, that's one thing about being live. You never know.
Well, I didn't think about where he lived and everything.
You never know about technical difficulties every now and then.
He was doing it over.
Everything was going good there for a while, then all of a sudden, boom.
Maybe we can try that next time. Maybe we can patch it through the phone.
Were you able to hook your phone up to the speaker, Chris? If we were to talk that way?
Should be able to.
It's something I don't think we've ever done before, but.
Well, radio stations do it. I just didn't know if Chris had the capability of doing it.
Yeah.
Are you asking if I'm smart enough to do it?
I didn't say that. I said what I said.
On the table.
If you want to take it that way, you go right ahead. But I didn't know if your equipment was up to par on that. But if you want me to call you a dumbass, okay, you're a dumbass. Are you a dumbass?
hey, real quick, Caitlin, I apologize. I've been giving Alex all the credit for FEW, and it came to my attention that it was all you. So,
Cousin Cooter, no problem, man. We'll get you back on here.
Yes,
we'll get you back on here another night, and and continue the conversation.
Yeah, we'll come up with some way to
we'll
make sure we get connected better.
Yeah,
Well,
well, I know we can. I can Bluetooth my phone to the thing, so we can maybe try it like that, or we'll figure something out.
Well, maybe we can do 2 of them in one night. Maybe
Yeah,
next week would be good. We can have Coot and Crow both on. I mean, it's just an idea.
Yeah, well, maybe we could start the show with Cooter if he's available. So if Cousin Cooter, if you'd be available next week at 6:30, and we could have you right off the bat and do a quick 15 minutes with you, and then go on from the show there. Maybe you could hook up something with him. You think you could? Yeah. And so if you want to do, we'll do that.
Yeah, we can do that. We can try calling, and we can do it through Bluetooth instead of doing it through the app.
Because I got a lot of questions here that were Cooter specific, and he's got stories that I want to hear. So
yeah, we can try that.
Yeah, we'll do that. Sorry, everybody out there.
Hey, Cooter said that should be good, so we'll plan on that for next week.
So I definitely want to make sure Caitlin knows that she's doing a great job there with FEW. I was wrong. I was wrong about Alice. So Alice, I don't want Alice to get the big head, especially if you don't deserve it.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Friday night at the Dub. There's the big show. It's their Halloween show. Friday night they got the
Battle
Royal.
And then Saturday they have their trunk or treat Halloween thing that they do. So if you have kids in Indianapolis area close to downtown, go check out that. Take them down and give them some candy and check out. I know usually they have a lot of the wrestlers and stuff out there as well that night. So.
WCWO will be at a church south of Kokomo for Austin James's church. It's but it's a free show, and he said bring everybody. And then of course we'll all be at Warrior Pro on Sunday.
We're gonna have a Christian rapper on there, so sounds interesting. So yeah, if you're in the Kokomo area or close to it, check that out on Saturday also, and then Sunday we'll be at Warrior Pro. Check out Warrior Pro; they do a great job there in Danville, Indiana. Bell time is 2, and the show starts at 3. So.
And New Generation Wrestling's running in Crawfordsville, and I think theirs is a 4 and a 5 bell time, but don't quote me on that. But
okay, yeah, I think you're right, Marcus. I'm pretty sure.
I heard Marcus might be rapping there in Kokomo on Saturday.
Oh, Marcus gonna do your debut?
I always said no, but shit, Saturday I was commentating, photographing, and bell ringing, so why not? I can do my whoops. I got my whoops down, so.
You could be a backing vocal for Christian Cass.
You got a Chris yesterday when I whooped me when he was.
Yeah, Chris, that's hilarious.
Don't blew my hair down.
Everybody have a good night. We'll see you next week.
All right. Yeah, please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo'S Sports Room. Like and follow Facebook, Twitch, X, Instagram at Gonzo'S Sports Room as well.
Ward's probably watching the show and said, this show went all to hell.
I
missed 1 week and it went all to hell.
Lord, we're going to hear about it next week.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Join us Sunday live at 3 for Warrior Pro Wrestling. We'll be on YouTube and Twitch. Or actually, no, we're going to be live. Yeah, we'll be on Facebook. We'll be on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch on Sunday live at 3 o'clock.
Yep.
And then Monday, join us at 6:30. We'll have Cousin Cooter on again, finish that up, and then we'll have Scarecrow, who had his last match last night, will be on for the rapid fire segment next week. Hope everybody has a great night, and see you Monday.
That'd be absolutely devastating.
This is Joey Owens' show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn podcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win this match.